Hey guys, welcome back to Sonic Chronicles. No, that tune will never die, really, but we're going back to Green Hill Zone right now, so enjoy really creepy 3D Sonic. And yeah, I can see there's some radar readings on the bottom screen, which is actually the top screen. It's very confusing. Flame has a very wonderful, like, side-by-side system going on here, which is part of the reason why I asked him to record, because he's always been better with setting up stuff, like, for DS and so on, compared to me. If it was up to me, I would have just left the window as is, which, you know, it's valid. It's perfectly valid, but it doesn't look as nice as this.
You let me record the whole game because you can't line two windows up. Good job there, professional video editor.
Also, I'm very lazy, you know.
I figured that was it. But yeah, this is the part where now we're back in Green Hill Zone with other characters on the team. We can actually explore the sections we couldn't get to before, like the section we fly over with Tails. There's another section toward the north that we couldn't get to without 4 characters before. But before that, we've got to carry on, like, finishing off all the readings that we started looking for in the last part.
No SWAT-bot must be left alive.
You really don't like the cartoons, though?
I don't know, I always liked Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog growing up more than SatAM. Don't get me wrong, I love SatAM, but I just like the more Looney Tunes-esque approach for a kid's cartoon.
Underground has some good music, I guess.
It pains me to say it, but, you know, Underground does have better music than Sonic Chronicles. I may not like the singing, but the melodies are better at the very least.
Oh yeah. Is it really bad that actually the only Sonic cartoons that I ever watched were Sonic X and Sonic Underground?
Not really. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of X. I would say it's kind of middle of the road when it comes to Sonic cartoons, at least the dub. Anyway, I'm sure it's better in the Japanese version. Even if I like the dub, I like the 4 kids voice actors a hell of a lot. You know, Jason Griffith and so on.
Oh yeah.
But for me, the tops of like Sonic animation will always be the OVA. It will always be Night of the Werehog and Adventures.
Oh yeah, totally.
See, I kind of am half and half on Boom, because like I can enjoy that in short bursts, but when you're watching a lot of it and you realise that the meta humour is its heart and soul all the way through, you know, it gets a bit over the top. X, I'm kind of it's very, you know, 2000s, it shows its age, it shows where it is, it lives and breathes mid-2000s Sonic. So, like, if you're willing to put up with that, then it's okay, but, you know, 4 Kids did fucking butcher it as well.
I gotta say, like, I liked the Boom cartoon, but after a few episodes I just got a bit bored of it, because mostly, like, it was comprised of in-jokes, or meta-jokes, which is fine, but when it's so on the nose, and that's your primary method of conveying comedy, it gets a little bit old. I'd actually say I preferred the short-lived Sonic Boom comic to the show itself.
See, I never read that. Like, the only Sonic comic I've read to this day is the ongoing IDW stuff, which I'm actually quite enjoying. I know it's been a little while since I read the last one, but, you know, they're doing some cool stuff with it, which I appreciate.
I liked that comic, I like the IDW stuff. To me, it just strikes me as Archie 2.0. I don't think, as of yet, it has enough of its own identity to be fully unique, but what's there, I think, is very good.
To be fair, it feels like it's starting to set things up. Like, it is still early days of it yet, and they're going through their first proper storyline right now.
Hell yeah, and you know, Blaze is there, and you know, Whisper is there as well, so it's all good.
Yeah, I kind of like Whisper. She seems like a cute little character.
Yeah, you could have just said cool. Haha, I found you, furry!
Just because I think something is cute does not mean I'm attracted to it, Tom.
Thank you. You put it into words that I could never say. It's like, when I call something cute, I'm not calling it fuckable, you know what I mean? Sorry to be so blunt, but sometimes you gotta say a thing. Also, Human Man, my favourite Sonic character.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, like, the Werehog does look cuddly.
Hey guys, look. It's Bridge Zone.
It's not auto-scrolling though.
Well, what a weird, like, unique zone in Sonic's history. How many other, like, I guess besides, what was it, Iron Fortress, Enforcers, like auto-scrolling stages, can you think of in this thing?
I think that's it. Just them two.
Huh.
I really can't think of any other auto-scrolling Sonic levels.
Yeah, I don't think I can either.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute, no. Starlight Carnival in sort of its first... Well, actually, it's mostly
That's
just those
automation.
few bits. Yeah, it's the automation rather than auto-scrolling, which are different things, but still.
It's few and far between, let's put it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess it's because Mario goes at such a slower rate, it can afford to have levels like that, whereas Sonic, it's all about getting through... It's not all about speed, but it is getting through levels as efficiently as possible, and anything with, like, auto-scrolling will inherently be hampered in that, regard.
Well, saying that, even with Mario, like, the auto-scroller levels tend to be some of my least favourites, so I prefer just the block platforming levels, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happens is the reason... I agree, the ones in Mario are still annoying, but it is that whole thing of when you're playing a Mario game, you are in that sort of slower platforming mindset. You're being more careful about your jumps, and generally the way that those auto-scrollers are set up is so that you've got just enough time to be able to get over the platforms and enemies that they're throwing your way. So there's a chance that you might get kind of pushed off the edge. In Sonic, because you're so used to rushing forwards, the second you're getting stopped by an auto-scroller, you just feel quite hamstrung by the game. It's just like, can I just go? Like, if I was playing any other level, you just let me go. Why can't I go?
I just want to go!
Just let me go, please!
Exactly. So it feels more frustrating because you're used to a faster style of gameplay.
Did you just say a bastard style of gameplay? That's me. That's how I play games.
A faster style of gameplay.
That still
But,
sounds like bastard to me, but I'll take your word for it.
It's definitely faster.
Oh, okay.
But,
Cream, there she is! Ah, the game is now broken.
Well, not yet, because we can't get her back until we've found Cheese, and in order to get Cheese, we need Knuckles, and this chapter is the search for Knuckles, so we haven't got him yet.
Okay, so just, like, keep a mental note where Cream is. I'm not sure if she actually appears on, like, the map and whatnot from now on, but she's relatively easy to find, so if you just want a really, really good, like, mage in your team, a white mage, I guess, because I forget what her attacking, like, options are, but I'd always just use her to refresh the team's power points, and that was about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that is her function. She is the healer, really. So, like, she's only really got a basic attack. I think she's got one power move that kind of inflicts a status on the enemies, but I never use it. I just use her to restore everyone's health.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I see, she's a little star on the thing, because she's a quest and whatnot. Yeah, that makes sense.
And this is me trying desperately hard to navigate with a touchscreen, which is kind of hard to do when they've got all these little sections that are broken up and which part's a solid object and what's not is a little bit vague at times.
Yeah, I can see that. I actually don't mind, like, the overworld design and whatnot, just, like, visually. It's actually quite nice. It makes me wonder why they went with such computer-generated looking characters to contrast. Like, 3D models, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird one because while, you know, I do not think that the graphics of this game are particularly great, the artwork that they did on the Overworld is actually really good. It's just more the confusion in, what you can and cannot jump on, move around, etc. Because it's all sort of like that hand-drawn, painted-y type look. It's just merging that with the 3D character model doesn't blend hugely well and creates those perspective issues that you wouldn't normally get.
Basically, yeah.
Because, as I said, the actual artwork on those overworlds is actually pretty decent.
You gotta remember as well, this is upscaled. Like, this probably looks a lot better on a OG Fat DS. Because I was playing it upscaled as well, because I've got one of the new 3DS XLs. But on the system itself, this looks a lot better than it does on your monitor. That's what I'm getting at here. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at the visuals on the screen here.
Understood. And I gotta say, I have actually recorded the game before for one of my non-commentary channels, and keep in mind, that was done with an emulator at the time. I think I have one of the most viewed Chronicles playthroughs, because not a lot of people were doing DS stuff at the time. And yeah, let's just say doing inputs is a lot easier when your emulator records in semi-slow motion.
Yes.
The main reason I wanted to record this from hardware rather than emulate is because I need the fucking stylus for these controls. Like, I recorded the whole of Sonic Rush special stages with a mouse. I'm not doing another game like that.
Totally fair. I mean, it's one of the reasons why ultimately I stopped doing... Well, I didn't do anything particularly complicated in an emulator. Basically, I only ever did Professor Layton and the Phoenix Wright games.
Yeah.
Because the idea of playing through a game which would require more... use of the touchscreen in a more kind of complex way.
Yeah.
I was like, nah. And also, the whole thing of it doing that slowdown because, it got pretty awful at times. I'm just like, no, this is just chugging and breaking my ears. I would rather just record on the actual system, but I can't do that because I don't have the software, the hardware to do it. And it's just like, you know what, I can't even be bothered. So
it was like a mix of that for me as well. But I think if I was still doing that nowadays, I think it would be a little bit shitty, what with Patreon support and whatnot. So a fair few years back, I did manage to, for lack of a better word, crowdfund the money for a 3DS capture unit, and we have done a fair few things since then, but
oh yeah,
oh, that's paid for itself at this point, isn't it?
It basically has, and to this day I'm very grateful for that. But if you want to get your own quick looks and TV comms, Patreon is right there, patreon.com/HellfireComms. That'll be the only shill I do in a while. I keep actually forgetting to shill, which has always been my downfall. I feared doing too much lest I do too little.
Well, I mean, to, get away from Sonic Chronicles for a bit, I mean, we're going to be here for a long time, so we might as well. For me, personally, I always prefer it when people shill less. Like, there's the odd shill, because then it's just like, yeah, okay, I appreciate what you're doing, I totally get it. Whereas if someone's shilling at me 24/7, I'm just like, yeah, you're just making me not want to pay for you, so shut up.
I was like that 4 or 5 years ago. I honestly forget the correct thing. Back when I did those entomophons, which, let's face it, they may as well have been called begaphons, but that was during a time where I had two choices. We could either keep the house or we could buy food, and that was basically it.
Yeah, which is not a great place to be.
No, but the point is, yeah, I would love the support, I just don't want to throw it in your guys' faces too much. It's there, you can get stuff in exchange for pledging and whatnot, the end. So, what's up now, Flame? Oh, little casino sign there, nice.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. But I think at this point I'm doing a bit of clean-up around the world. I honestly can't remember which of the things I've left open I'm going to do here. So we'll see where Sonic ends up in a minute, I guess. Oh yeah, there's the gun soldier waiting by the end there that's going to block us off.
Finally, he's here to put us out of our misery.
Not quite. Sonic might have been lingering at death during this point in the franchise, but no, he picked himself back up.
I still can't believe this and Unleashed came out in the same year.
Yeah, if you just look at the difference in production value between the two, it's night and day Unleashed, really, isn't it?
Well, I mean, oh my god, Greninja, sorry, I'm looking at Twitter while I also do this. Hey, I don't have to look at the screen to do commentary, okay? And I do sometimes best when my mind is preoccupied with other stuff. Don't even pretend you're sitting here just looking at the screen. Anyway...
I am, though!
Well, that's your problem. Incineroar has a big the cat skin, and Greninja has a fucking froggy green one.
Oh, perfect.
Also, can I just ask where your retweet of this is? Because, I was expecting, as soon as you're mentioning it, that I'll be able to go on Twitter and see it, and I haven't, and I'm very disappointed in you, Tom.
Refresh. Flame, I'm fine if you want to stay on task, but me, I do my best work when there's a little bit of casualness going on. I've much changed in the past couple of years when it comes to recording commentaries. I think I do it a lot better now, honestly, compared to a few years ago.
Yeah, now you've become a full force casual, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that shows how much of an absolute fucking dick I am, though. The fact that the first thing I can respond to with you getting better at a serious health problem you used to have is make fun of you for it.
I know it comes from a place of love, and I'll just rib you worse later, offline, so it's fine.
And also, it helps because as we're friends, it is known banter. Because sometimes banter isn't banter because both people are not in on the joke. When both people are in on the joke, it is banter, and therefore it's fine.
When is banter not banter? When each character's friendship levels are not equal, much like doing the fusion dance, as it were.
Basically, yes.
When Amy is still going on about fucking boyfriend Dexter while Sonic's right there, that's when the friendship levels maybe not on balance.
Social link up. Dexter will now take a mortal blow for Amy.
That might not work out too well, but yeah.
To button up, I missed a spot. What was she talking about exactly?
I think she was talking about how hot Knuckles was, and then saying, "You do take sarcasm well, don't you, Sonic?" Or something along those lines.
But he has 8 penises. He's a catch.
He has one penis with 4 heads, get it right.
Like a fucking Hydra or something.
Yeah, like, do you need me to show you some art to prove this to you? Just so you understand, like, get a diagram of a kid in a dick or something.
No, please. Oh my god, look how fucking metal that jowers.
Yeah.
May cause instant KO against enemies. Increases maximum PP. Ulian's not doing too badly. Not too badly. I'm noticing a lot of these are character specific as well. Oh wait, no. It's just who they're equipped to. Yeah, who they're equipped to right now. It's fine. I can speak. I can read.
Maybe if you were watching the gameplay rather than bullshitting on Twitter, you might understand what's going on.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It's alright, I'm paying attention now. There's nothing good on Twitter anywhere right now, so...
Well, that's because I'm not tweeting right now, isn't it?
Mate, you don't know how close I come to muting you every single day.
It's fine, I know Richie already has.
Yes, I already have, because I couldn't bear it anymore.
Alright, this is the world map. It's not the full map of the game. No, there are other areas, so to speak, we shall be travelling to. So in that regard, it's pretty cool. But you can basically see how the game is laid out right now. If there is like an airplane port button on the map, you can travel there. It's fast travel, essentially.
Basically, yeah, you do get that little animation of Tails in the plane, which you can skip. I tend not to. It's unfortunately not quite as funny as the Sonic running one, but hey, I'll take what I can get. This is supposedly the Mystic Ruins. It looks nothing like the Mystic Ruins. More like Soggy Ruins. That's basically what I was thinking there, fucking.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So yeah, there's no gun things here, so we can like go about and find Knuckles unimpeded. Let's do this.
Although we've got some other stuff to deal with first, because there's some poison fog which we might not want to run through.
Poo gas. Nobody can defeat the poo gas except for...
Give them a minute.
What do you see, Amy? What do your elf eyes see?
Emerging from the gas, I wonder what it'll be.
Oh, okay, she wasn't talking about whoever's coming through the gas, it was just the gas in general.
But thankfully, you know, we're getting the delight, the joy, the big absolute unit himself.
How long can we stall until he shows up on screen?
Big, the frickin' cat.
I love him, his character model's great as well.
Oh,
He does actually look pretty good here, like, especially compared to certain other characters, but his ability that makes him useful in the Mystic Ruins is he can somehow just stroll through the poison gas without any issues. Maybe he's like too stupid to die or something. I don't know.
That's the implication here. And I do love the slight subtle callbacks to like Amy and Big being friends, because obviously, you know, Team Rose in Sonic Heroes and so on. Ah, the sneezy frog. It makes me sneeze. That's you.
but yeah, actually, you say that. One of the things that Chronicles accidentally does is that it mistakenly calls Team Rose Team Amy at some point. So teams are recognised.
The worst, absolute worst. Like, just shut down the game, go back in time and stop it.
I know.
That's the biggest problem with the game, though. The rest's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
God damn it, Pig.
How can you not love Big? Like, you may not like his fishing stuff, but as a character, he's great.
He's just so stupid, I love it.
I mean, like, people like me, and I'm an idiot, so... I don't like how your response to that was just laughter, with no clarification.
Okay then, Tom. I get it. You like Big because he's stupid like you. Is that the kind of clarification you wanted?
Yeah, he's adorable.
Okay.
Alright, you can only have 4 members at a time. We're gonna have to switch someone out. If I had to guess, I would switch Rouge out. Are you gonna switch Rouge out?
I can't remember. I think it's Tails getting in it, but...
Okay, interesting. See, I was kind of a more technical fighter, for lack of a better term, when it came to Chronicles, so I would always have, like, Scan and Tinker at the ready.
Yeah, I prefer just the keep hitting the fucker until he dies approach.
Yeah, I mean, generally that works until you get to one of the areas later where the enemies don't quite respond to that kind of tactic very well.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you need to get a bit more technical, but it's a pain either way.
Richie, do not underestimate my ability to brute force.
Oh, I totally believe that you'll be able to brute force it. But that is the point where most people will find that brute forcing is a little bit more challenging than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we've got another puzzle, and one thing you notice when you get these characters introduced in the puzzles, they offer to give you a hint that they charge for, even if you're helping them. So, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying people to help them out with something, so I'm just gonna fuck around until I figure out what I'm doing.
There is a little bit of internal logic here in that why can't one of the flying characters just fly up and see what's happening? No, they need the team up there because something suspicious can easily equate to, oh shit, there's bad stuff up there, you don't want to go alone.
But by the same token, we've seen in like Sonic Heroes that the flying characters can carry multiple other characters underneath them, no matter how heavy they are. So that still shouldn't be a problem.
That's a team of 3 though. That's 1 flying character and 2 other characters. This is a 4-man band.
Okay, so like Cream the Rabbit can carry Big and Amy, but like maybe Sonic is where the line is drawn.
Yeah, basically.
But like, we don't really need Big up there, do we?
No, he can just stay down here, fishing to his heart's content and whatnot. And I wonder what's waiting for us up there. Let's go and have a look, shall we? You need a flying character and bada bing. The fans carry us up.
It's right there, but I need the rings.
God damn it, Flame, he's such a fucking hoarder.
In real life or the game?
Bit of both, honestly. Bit of both. So yeah, we were examining like Eggman's old hideouts and whatnot, if I recall correctly. This is straight up a Marauder thing, I believe. Maybe they co-opted it, I don't know.
Yeah, see, we've had a lot of implication that they're just reusing old abandoned bases, so like that's kind of what's going on, but there's no reasoning that they couldn't have just adapted it to their own needs, I guess.
What the fuck was that noise? Does that sound like the noise a humanoid character makes, even if they're wearing a voice distortion mask?
I don't fucking know.
That sounded very much like some sort of weird animal growl, I feel.
But fuck him, I'm going right past him.
Hell yeah, I want Knuckles instant KO the Echidna on my team, thank you very much.
We'll be getting him on the team soon, don't worry.
Knuckles is pretty great in this game, I'm not gonna lie. This game does Knuckles well, which is very fortunate considering what the overall theme of the story is.
Yeah, it's nice to see Knuckles getting utilised properly, because I think Knuckles has always been at his best when he's like the strong character who's just like a little bit gullible. Because that's kind of how he is around like the adventure kind of games, and I feel like they've flangerised him a bit too much in recent years of just being like stupid.
Yeah, agreed.
Flanderization, just to give you a quick example, is when someone's character traits become more and more pronounced over time to the point of parody. If it was, say, Knuckles became smarter and like did different things while still being naive, that would simply be character development.
Yeah, someone else on Tumblr whined about that.
Fuck off! Stop it! Stop it, alright? These aren't played up, these are real reactions. We're the realest commentary team out there. Another shade, name drop.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very fitting that turned up now, considering all the shade that's getting thrown about right now.
Perfect.
Sonic, don't say that, you'll hurt Knuckles' feelings. Amy, I don't think Knuckles has any concept of manners and whatnot. He grew up on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, why didn't you say... Oh, did you say in the end why the Master Emerald gets stolen all the time? Because it does! I mean, Knuckles is literally terrible at his job.
Yeah, a little bit. Knuckles, come on, man, be on our team. You know you want to. You can replace Amy at this point.
Please do. She keeps going on about a new boyfriend and it's getting really fucking annoying.
Tell you what, since she has her Dexter, you can be my Dexter. That came out wrong.
Got a bit of a thing for Knuckles later.
Hey, what can I say? 4 at the same time.
How does that even fit?
And quite frankly, I'm not going to discuss the schematics here, alright? We need to go to Angel Island and protect the Master Emerald. Richie needs to shut up, and we're going to stop the Marauders. Let's go.
You've got 20 more seconds before you can sign off and get away from the obligatory echidna dick conversation, you know.
Well, I'm running as fast as I can. I don't seem to be getting any closer to that goal, though. Wait, look in the sky. Is that a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a cutscene. Look at... Oh my god.
Knuckles right there is great.